News analysis. Do lax gun laws escalate domestic violence? Vertical line all JZR America. Global header background image. URL/content/jam/jcr:/content/header/images top.adapt.960.high.1,339,3,540,201.jpg at media minimum width 768 px and max width 959 px. Global header background image. URL/content/jam/header/imageable.adapt.960.high.1,339,3,540,201.jpg at media max width 767 px. Global header background image. URL/content/jam/medium.imageable.adapt.753.medium.1,339,3,540,201.jpg. Display mobile navigation. Display mobile search bar. News. Video. Shows. Schedule. More shows. Sections. U.S. International economy, technology, science, environment, health, education, culture, sports. Trending. Syria's war, natural disasters, economy, religion, spirituality, ethics. Search form. News analysis. Do lax gun laws escalate domestic violence? By Rachel Louise Snyder. September 10, 2013, 3:44 p.m. at Zimmerman saga raises questions about a link between guns and domestic violence against women. Topics. U.S. gun violence. Gun laws. Viewed comments. White crosses and flowers are shown Tuesday, April 23, 2013, at an apartment complex in Federal Way, Wash, where shooting involving domestic violence left 5 people dead. Ted S. Warren/AP. George Zimmerman, the man acquitted in July in the killing of Trayvon Martin, just can't seem to stay out of trouble. Yesterday, police were summoned to the house of his soon-to-be ex-father-in-law after Zimmerman's estranged wife, Sherry, told a 911 dispatcher that Zimmerman punched her father and threatened both of them with a gun. Hours later, Sherry recanted her story and neither she nor her father pressed charges, though investigators are still looking at surveillance tapes. Charges against Zimmerman could still be filed, even without victim cooperation. But there was a story that made far fewer headlines yesterday and yet was perhaps equally important. It was a case of a Louisiana man named Rene Oken, killed by a bullet that came through the wall from his neighbor's bedroom. The bullet was the result of a fight between the neighbor, Pierre Kames, and his girlfriend. After allegedly beating her, Kames feared retaliation from her relatives and so borrowed a gun that he claimed, like Zimmerman, like so many with firearms, was for self-protection. Guns and domestic violence. While the country remains stymied in debates and legislation over gun control, domestic violence and guns continue to be a lethal combination. And deaths like Rene Oken's raise the question once again of why guns are so accessible to people who, according to researchers, are fairly predictable when it comes to the escalation of violence. Nor is Oken alone. There was Janice Lesko of Connecticut, shot by her husband on August 23, or Lois Armstrong of North Carolina, shot by her husband on August 29. This list could go on and on. One report in the journal Trauma, Violence and Abuse found that domestic assaults were as much as 12 times more likely to end in death if a gun was involved. In a 2010 National Institute of Justice Journal article, the leading researcher on domestic violence homicide, Jacqueline Campbell from Johns Hopkins University, found that guns were used in 88% of the homicides sampled. Additionally, David Adams, author of the book Why Do They Kill? Men Who Murder Their Intimate Partners, cited that guns were used in 92% of the murder-suicides he studied. When Adams asked perpetrators if they would have used another weapon to kill had a gun been unavailable, most said no. Adams also found that domestic violence homicides were higher in states where gun laws were more lax than others. Texas, for example, has among the highest rates of domestic violence homicides. Arizona and New Mexico are also high, and all 3 states have relatively lax gun laws. He also found that such murders are significantly higher in the U.S. than in other wealthy countries. The U.S. has some of the most permissive gun laws of any industrialized country. Guns, said the National Institute of Justice report,